Hello students, good morning to all. Today we will discuss the topic irrigation in unit 21. Students, water is important for the growth of the plants. The plants absorb the water with the help of the root. So supply of water to the crops is called as irrigation. The irrigation or watering the plant is very important. We can get the water from the wells, tube wells, ponds, lakes, rivers, dams and canal for irrigations. Students, now we are going to learn about the methods of irrigations. So we followed the two methods for the irrigation. They are traditional method and modern methods. Let us learn them one by one. The first one is traditional methods. In the traditional method, a farmer take the water from well or canals, or with the help of the water pumps, they supply the water to the crops. Next, modern methods of irrigation. To supply the water in the modern method, we use a sprinkler system and drip systems. So these are the two systems used in the modern method of irrigation. The first one is sprinkler systems. In the sprinkler systems, we sprinkle the waters over the crops. Here the sprinkler pump which has a fine nozzles, it's connected to the pipes. Through the sprinkler pump, the water is supplied, sprinkled to the crops. Next, drip irrigation systems. This is also one of the modern method of irrigations. In this drip system, the water is released drop by drop to the crops using the hose pipe. So in this method we can avoid the wastage of water, and also this method is suitable where the availability of water is less in the situation. Students, next we are going to study about weeding. The weeding also one of the important practice in the crop protections. So what is weed? Weed means unwanted or undesired plants. So weeding means removal of unwanted plants from the field is called as weeding. So we should follow the weeding for the better yield. To remove the weeds, we use different methods. The first one is mechanical methods. In these mechanical methods, we remove the weeds, unwanted plants by using the hand pulling or using the tool hoe. Next, tillage methods. In this method, the weeds are exposed to sun's heat by deep ploughing. Ploughing means a process of turning the soil up and down. By turning the soil up and down, the weeds can easily expose to sun's heat and we can easily remove the weeds from the soil. Next, crop rotations. By crop rotation, we can easily remove the weeds from the field. What is crop rotations? The cultivating the different crops in the field alternatively. So deep ploughing is followed for the crop rotation for controlling the weeds. Next, summer tillage. Next, summer tillage. Tillage means turning the soil up and down. So the deep ploughing is followed during the summer season to remove the weeds. So the weeds are exposed to sun's heat, so we can easily destroy the weeds. Next, biological weed controls. In this method, some insects such as beetles, wasps are used to control the weeds from the field. Next, using chemicals, we can control the weeds in the field. The chemicals used for killing the weeds are called as herbicides. For example, diclofop, dinosubs, paraquat are the examples of some chemicals used to control the weeds in the field. Next, harvesting of crops. The harvesting is also the important practice in the crop productions. Harvesting means cutting and gathering the crops from the field. So manual harvestings, mechanical harvesting, machine harvestings are used to harvest the crops from the field. In the manual harvestings, we use the hands to harvest the crops. A groundnut, green gram, black gram, horse, are harvested using the hand. Next, mechanical methods. In the mechanical harvesting methods, we used sickle to harvest the crops from the field. Next, machine harvestings. We used machines to harvest the crops. Vertical conveyor reaper is a machine which is used to harvest the wheat and paddy from the field. So these are the important methods of harvesting. Next, threshing. After harvesting, immediately we should follow the threshing method. What is threshing? Is a process of separating the grains from the chaffs. Chaff means the outer covering. By beating, we can remove the grains from the chaff. Next, winnowing. In this method, the grains are separated from dust with the help of wind. After harvesting, we should storage the grains properly. So, storage is an important method in the crop production. Any moisture content in the grains will leads to growth of microorganism. So avoid moisture content. Then dry it in the sunlight before storage. Store the grains in the gunny bags, jute bags, and mud bags and silos. The place which is used to store the grains is called as godown. The godowns are used for storage of grains on the large scale. Students, next rotation of crops. What is rotation of crops? Cultivation of crops simultaneously or alternatively on the same land is called as rotation of crops. Rotation of crops is an important practice to maintain the soil fertilities. If we cultivate the same crops in the field, it will reduce the soil quality. So we should follow the rotation of crops. We have two types of cropping, mono and mixed cropping. Monocropping means planting the same crops in the field. Mixed cropping means cultivating the two or more crops in the field simultaneously. It is also called intercropping. Cultivating of leguminous plants such as peas, groundnut after the cultivation of paddy and wheat will increasing the nutrient content in the soil. Students, next we are going to study about the seed bank. What is seed bank? Seed bank is also called as a seed library. It's a place where the seed is stored or preserved. Here the seeds are stored in the airtight earthen pots. The Royal Botanical Gardens located in Calcutta was first started collecting seeds in the seed bank. So seed bank is a healthiest practice to preserve the seeds in one place. Navadanya Seed Bank is a non-governmental organization located in New Delhi. Next is seed balls. Seed balls are the mixture of soil, compost and seed. These seed balls are prepared by non-government organizations. These seed balls easily germinate in the soil.